Hold up. Did Chrissy really stab Jim Jones in the back after everything they've been through? And did it all go down right after that shady late-night meetup with Camron? Oh, y'all, grab your popcorn and cancel your plans because this one is messier than a love and hip-hop reunion with no security in sight. We're talking betrayal, secret deals, and whispers of a setup so twisted it could make a telenovela blush. Just when we thought Jim and Chrissy were the ride-or-die couple that survived the storm, boom! Jim drops a bombshell that Chrissy might have been playing chess while he was out here playing checkers. And Camron? Baby, he's not just a cameo in this story, he might be the trigger. Is this just another relationship meltdown or a full-blown takedown of hip-hop royalty from the inside? Is Chrissy the mastermind, the pawn, or the ultimate double agent? And what exactly went down in that hotel suite with Camron? It all started with whispers, late-night sightings, cryptic social media posts, and one jaw-dropping podcast moment that turned quiet suspicions into an all-out firestorm. Jim Jones, never one to mince words, sat down in front of that mic and didn't just vent, he detonated. In a voice laced with pain, rage, and disbelief, he called out the one woman he's defended for over a decade, Chrissy Lampkin. But this wasn't about old relationship beef. This was about betrayal, the kind you don't bounce back from. And at the center of it all, a so-called chance meetup between Chrissy and none other than Camron, Jim's longtime friend, dipset brother, and now alleged co-conspirator. According to Jim, what happened after that meetup wasn't just shady, it was calculated. He claims Chrissy crossed a line that not only shattered his trust, but also threatened the foundation of everything he's built. For years, Jim and Chrissy have been seen as ride or die, thick and thin, the unbreakable duo that withstood the pressures of fame, love, and hip-hop, and their own chaotic past. But all that came crashing down the moment Jim allegedly discovered receipts, literal receipts, of secret hotel bills, flights, and financial transactions that didn't quite add up. We're talking luxury hotel stays under fake names, late-night car services routed to undisclosed addresses, and charges to joint accounts Jim swears he never approved. And while Chrissy's been publicly silent, her silence speaks volumes. According to multiple sources close to the situation, Jim didn't just find out by accident, he was tipped off. And who dropped the dime? Someone inside the Dipset camp. That's right. Allegedly, an insider grew uncomfortable watching the backdoor dealings go down and decided to come clean. They say they saw Chrissy and Camron at a late-night dinner in Miami, just the two of them. No entourage, no press, just intimate conversation and suspicious body language. And while dinner between old friends might seem innocent, it's what happened afterward that blew the lid off. That same night, both Cam and Chrissy allegedly checked into the same hotel. Different rooms, sure, but the same floor, the same timing, and the same front desk staff who've reportedly confirmed seeing them leave together the next morning. Of course, nothing's been confirmed on paper, but let's be real. When the timeline lines up this perfectly, even fans who once defended Chrissy started asking the hard questions. And this wasn't just about a rumored hookup. Oh no. Jim claims that shortly after that Miami weekend, things in his personal and business life started falling apart. Deals that were once locked in mysteriously collapsed. Sponsors pulled out. Business partners went ghost. And here's where it gets even messier. Jim believes Chrissy was feeding confidential information to outsiders, possibly through Cam. That includes access to his production deals, artist management contacts, and even upcoming branding contracts. Imagine that, being sabotaged from within your own home. One source close to Jim says he confronted Chrissy quietly at first, hoping there was a reasonable explanation. But what he got instead? Deflection, evasion, and then the ultimate insult, gaslighting. Chrissy allegedly flipped the script, accusing Jim of being paranoid, insecure, and letting the streets get in his head. But the facts kept piling up. A leaked email, a deleted text thread recovered through cloud backups. And then the ultimate bombshell, an anonymous voicemail sent to Jim's team from someone claiming to be a former employee of a luxury hotel in Atlanta, describing in detail a VIP guest who matched Chrissy's exact description checking in, with a high-profile rapper in a red hoodie. Ring any bells? And just when you think it couldn't get worse, enter Camron with his signature chaos energy. While Cam hasn't outright denied the meetup, he's been playing games on social media, dropping cryptic one-liners like, "Loyalty is a two-way street," and Some people play chess, others flip the board. Subtle? Not exactly. Deliberate? Absolutely. Fans are calling it messy, but insiders say Cam knows exactly what he's doing. He's stirring the pot and enjoying every second. Meanwhile, Jim's camp has gone full lockdown. No more vague tweets, no more passive-aggressive stories. Just silence. Strategic silence. Because behind the scenes, sources say Jim is preparing to make this official. Not just in the court of public opinion, but in court, period. We're talking legal teams activated, NDA breaches reviewed, and discussions about breach of trust, defamation, and even emotional distress. But while the legal machine gets rolling, the public is eating this up. Twitter threads are ablaze. TikTok is full of reaction videos, theories, and side-by-side hotel footage breakdowns. People are pulling receipts from 5 years ago, trying to figure out if this betrayal has been brewing beneath the surface all along. Some are even pointing to that infamous 2012 Love and Hip Hop episode where Chrissy called Camron family, wondering now if there was more to that family bond than anyone realized. Meanwhile, the Dipset fan base is fractured. Some are riding with Jim, saying loyalty can't be played with. Not in life, not in business, and especially not in love. Others are defending Chrissy, accusing Jim of using his platform to smear a woman who's been by his side through everything. But then there's a third camp, the skeptics, the ones who think this is all a carefully orchestrated publicity stunt. That maybe, just maybe, this entire blow-up is designed to create buzz around Jim's upcoming project, or Dipset's rumored reunion tour. But if that's true, then Jim's doing the performance of a lifetime, because the man sounds broken, wounded and out for justice. In one of his latest interviews, Jim said, "You think you know someone, then boom, they turn into a stranger with your secrets." A line that sounds like a bar, but hits like a confession. And now, fans aren't just curious, they're obsessed. They want to know, did Chrissy really betray Jim? Was Camron part of the plot? And if so, what was the end game? Money? Revenge? Or just plain chaos? Whatever the truth is, one thing's clear. The foundation has cracked, and there's no going back. The streets are watching, and everyone's waiting for the next move. Will Chrissy respond? Will Cam come clean? Or will this entire saga spiral even further into darkness? Because right now, we're just scratching the surface. And what's coming next? Might just flip the Dipset legacy upside down. And just when you thought it couldn't get more twisted, the plot takes a left turn straight into scandal territory. Turns out that voicemail Jim received from the anonymous hotel employee. It wasn't just a one-off. A follow-up message came in days later, this time with photos. Blurry, grainy, but damning. Two figures walking side by side, one in a fur-lined jacket that looks suspiciously like the one Chrissy wore in an Instagram post dated just hours after the alleged Atlanta meetup. The man beside her? A red hoodie, face partially obscured, but fans were quick to point out the matching designer sneakers Camron was flexing in his latest TikTok. Coincidence? Or sloppy cover-up? Jim reportedly went silent after seeing those images. No rants, no posts, just cold, calculated moves behind the scenes. Sources say his inner circle has shrunk drastically. People he's known for years? Suddenly cut off. Group chats, deleted, studio sessions, canceled. Jim's not playing chess anymore. He's flipping the board one betrayal at a time. And while Chrissy continues pretending like it's business as usual, attending brunches and posting cryptic quotes like, "Growth requires distance," the public ain't buying it. Fans have become full-blown detectives, analyzing timestamps. Background furniture, GPS locations, and even matching interior decor in Chrissy's selfies to Cam's infamous livestream from that same week. One particularly viral theory claims the two were holed up in a luxury Airbnb listed under a shell company that's allegedly tied to Cam's manager's cousin. That's how deep this rabbit hole goes. Meanwhile, Camron, because of course, it's Cam, decided now would be the perfect time to drop a freestyle on Instagram Live with lyrics like, "Loyalty's expensive, I'm cashing out on pain," followed by, "I never snatched his girl, she just switched up lanes." No names, no confirmations, but the message? Crystal clear. Cam's enjoying the chaos. He's not denying it, he's not confirming it. He's letting the fire burn and tossing gasoline every few hours. Jim, however, has switched tactics. Sources close to him say he's no longer interested in public back and forths. He's going for documentation, evidence, legal filings. We're talking subpoenas for phone records, bank statements under investigation, and hush money offers that were allegedly rejected and then exposed. One particularly spicy claim is that Jim's legal team uncovered wire transfers from their joint account to a boutique Cam frequents, one that sells exclusive vintage jewelry, the same kind Chrissy was seen wearing at a red carpet event just days after the betrayal rumors exploded. Now, what kind of old friend buys you diamonds during a so-called random meetup? Unless, of course, it wasn't so random. And let's talk about the money trail, because that's where this entire scandal gets ice cold. Reports suggest Jim discovered financial discrepancies going back months, purchases labeled as miscellaneous business expenses that didn't align with any project they were involved in. Instead, those expenses traced back to spa retreats, couples massages, and luxury car rentals in cities where Jim was not present. But Cam definitely was. It's giving secret vacation vibes, and the receipts are not looking good for Chrissy. But let's be clear, this isn't just about a love triangle. This is about sabotage, ego, betrayal, and the unraveling of a brand that took years to build. Jim and Chrissy weren't just a couple, they were a brand. They survived reality TV chaos, public breakups, viral proposals, and countless rumors. But now, that brand is crumbling and fans are witnessing every crack in real time. The love and hip-hop legacy is officially on life support. And while Chrissy has tried to redirect the narrative with vague posts about evolution and protecting your peace, Jim isn't giving her room to rewrite history. Behind the scenes, there's talk of him preparing a tell-all interview. No filters, no networks, no censors. Just Jim, a camera, and receipts. Real ones. Not the social media kind. We're talking printouts, digital screenshots, audio files, and contracts. If that happens, it's going to shatter whatever's left of this illusion of unity. Meanwhile, Chrissy's camp is allegedly panicking. Word is she's trying to negotiate a sit-down with a major media outlet to spin her side of the story, before Jim goes nuclear. But with every hour that passes, and every clip Camron posts with a sly grin and zero remorse, that window of sympathy is shrinking. The public is brutal, and right now, Chrissy's being dragged through digital hell. Threads are popping up left and right. Chrissy exposed timeline, Dipset betrayal breakdown, receipts from the vault. People are even resurfacing old interviews where Jim warned about fake loyalty and hinted at people close to him dancing with the enemy. At the time, no one thought twice. Now, it feels like a prophecy. And let's not forget the added drama of Mama Jones, who has never been Chrissy's biggest fan. She hasn't said anything yet, but insiders claim she's cackling with a glass of wine behind the scenes, telling friends, "I told him years ago she was shady." If she decides to speak up, oh, it's game over. That woman does not hold back, and fans have been begging for her to go live. And then there's Cam. Still provocatively quiet, still dropping one-liners, and still not offering any accountability. It's the smirk that really gets under people's skin. Like he knows he's got Jim in a chokehold and he's just waiting to twist the knife. And maybe he is. Maybe this isn't about Chrissy at all. Maybe it's about a Dipset rivalry that never truly ended. Maybe Cam's finally getting his revenge the dirty way, by turning Jim's entire world upside down using the one woman Jim never expected to turn on him. The tension is thick, the silence is louder than the noise, and one wrong move from any side could trigger a meltdown. So now the fans are just refreshing feeds, watching every post, every unfollow, every slip. And with Jim gearing up for his next big move, all eyes are on the courtroom, the live streams, and that inevitable tell-all that could blow the doors off the entire saga. Because at this point, we're not just witnessing a breakup, we're watching a legacy collapse in slow motion. And nobody's safe, and nobody's safe. Because just when you think the smoke might start to clear, someone goes and throws a match back into the pile. Word just hit the streets that Jim's legal team subpoenaed security footage from a private parking garage in Midtown. Guess which one? The very one Camron was seen casually walking out of in that viral fan video last month, the same day Chrissy mysteriously canceled an appearance she was scheduled to make just a few blocks away. The timing? Suspicious. The location? Incriminating. The coincidence? Too perfect. This isn't random anymore. This is a chess match played with emotions, careers, and dirty secrets. And the latest leak? A supposed audio clip from an off-camera reality show moment where Jim allegedly breaks down crying to a producer saying, "I gave her everything. I gave her loyalty. I gave her my name. She gave it to the enemy." If that clip is real, it's over. Fans are already crying foul at the networks for hiding it, demanding the full footage be released. Twitter is in flames. TikTokers are reenacting the whole saga like it's Shakespeare in Harlem. And Reddit? They've opened full investigative threads with GPS coordinates, timestamp analysis, and audio filters to prove who said what and when. We're not in celebrity gossip territory anymore. This is courtroom drama with better lighting and worse acting. And now, it's Jim's move. Behind the scenes, his team is reportedly prepping a lawsuit. Yes, a real one. Allegedly naming both Chrissy and Cam in a civil complaint for defamation, emotional distress, and even financial sabotage. One insider says he's planning to claim damages in the millions, citing broken contracts, loss of brand deals, and mental health toll. It's getting very real, very fast. And guess who just got dragged into the mess? A certain well-known reality TV producer who was apparently aware of the Chrissy-Cam connection before it ever went public. Allegedly, they were pitched a storyline months ago involving a love triangle twist, and they declined to run it, calling it too volatile for broadcast. But that decision might cost them now. Because Jim's legal team reportedly has emails, and those emails suggest people knew this was coming and tried to spin it for ratings. So now, not only is Jim going after his ex and his ex-friend, he might be going after the very industry that made them stars. He's not just burning bridges, he's turning the entire island to ash. And Chrissy? Her latest move shocked even her own fans. She's apparently fled the city. Not on vacation, fled. No press, no photos, no stories. Just gone. Her last Instagram post? Deleted. Comments turned off. Her team won't confirm her location, but a private jet tracker shows a flight linked to her manager landing in Turks and Caicos. Is it a mental health break? A PR tactic? Or is she running from something bigger than just internet hate? Because let's be real, when women like Chrissy disappear in the middle of a storm, it's not just about recharging, it's about damage control. And Camron? Oh, he's doubling down. Released a new snippet on IG stories, not even 30 seconds long, just him laughing in the back of a Maybach while someone in the background sings the hook to "Oh Boy." Petty? Absolutely. Effective? You bet. The internet went feral. Fans are treating it like a confession, like Cam's leaning into villain status and loving every second. And maybe he is. Maybe this was his plan all along, to unravel Jim's carefully built legacy with just a few well-timed moves and one irresistible opportunity. Because here's what no one wants to say out loud. Maybe Chrissy wasn't stolen. Maybe she switched sides. Maybe she knew exactly what she was doing. Maybe this wasn't a moment of weakness. It was a calculated play, one rooted in years of resentment, unspoken fights, unkept promises. Because let's not forget, Chrissy waited years for that ring. She endured public embarrassment, delayed weddings, and constant scrutiny. Maybe somewhere along the way, she stopped waiting. Maybe she stopped being loyal to a dream that never really belonged to her. Maybe she just wanted someone who'd remind her what power felt like. And Camron, for all his flaws, radiates power. And Jim? He's realizing all of this in real time, with the entire world watching. The man who once held Dipset together through beefs, breakups, and betrayals now finds himself alone, betrayed in the most personal way imaginable, not by an enemy, but by his family. And this isn't just personal, it's public. Everything they built together, from reality show fame to street credibility to business ventures, is unraveling like a thread pulled from the wrong end. And the worst part? Nobody's cleaning it up. No PR team, no heartfelt apology posts, no reunions, just silence, lawsuits, and whispers behind closed doors. But you already know the streets are never quiet for long. Rumors are now flying that Jim's new mixtape is locked, loaded, and brutal. Word is he's naming names. There's a bar allegedly aimed straight at Cam that says, "You played Judas, I played dumb, but now I'm loading up the drums." Another aimed at Chrissy says, "She wore red on Sunday but bled my name by Monday." If those leaks are real, Hip-hop beef is back in full swing, and this one's personal, too personal. Because this isn't just about cheating. This is about legacy, loyalty, brotherhood, and the brutal reality that some snakes don't hiss, they smile. And now, Jim's playing for keeps. Industry insiders say he's not done. He's reportedly working on a documentary to tell his side. One that dives into the rise, the betrayal, and the fallout. A Netflix deal may already be in the works. 1 episode per betrayal, 3-part format, with exclusive interviews, unreleased footage, and behind-the-scenes chaos. If that hits, it's not just Chrissy and Camron who'll be exposed. It's the whole game, the whole empire. Because when one domino falls, the rest are quick to follow. And this was the biggest domino of them all. The fans know it. The streets know it. Even Camron knows it. And maybe that's why he keeps smiling. Because he knows he didn't just betray Jim. He dismantled him, piece by piece, brick by brick. And Chrissy? Whether she regrets it or not, the damage is done. The betrayal is public. The trust, pulverized. And Jim? He's no longer looking for answers. He's looking for justice. So buckle up, because if you thought this saga was over, think again. The story's just getting started, and trust me, what's coming next is going to make everything before it look like child's play. And there you have it, folks. The betrayal, the lies, the heartbreak, all served hotter than a Harlem summer. Sidewalk. Jim Jones thought he was building a dynasty. Turns out he was building a trap. And Chrissy just pulled the final lever while Camron lit the fuse. Now we're sitting here watching it all explode. One court filing, one leaked message, one shady smirk at a time. But the question is, what do you think? Was Chrissy really the victim all these years? Or was she the mastermind waiting for the perfect moment to flip the script? Did Camron pull off the pettiest power move in rap history? Or did he just expose a relationship that was already bleeding behind the scenes? And is Jim the tragic hero here? Or did karma finally catch up to him wearing Dior and delivering receipts? We want to hear from you. Drop your theories, your hot takes, and your wildest predictions in the comments below. Because let's be real, this drama is messier than a Love and Hip Hop reunion special with no security in sight. Make sure to like this video if you live for the truth they try to bury, hit that subscribe button if you want front row seats to the next celebrity meltdown, and tap that bell so you never miss a scandal that's too juicy for prime time. Because this ain't over, not by a long shot. And if you think Jim's done talking, baby, he hasn't even started yelling yet. Stay tuned, stay nosy, and stay dangerous. You're watching the only place that dares to tell it like it really